And that doesn't mean that he doesn't live a double life and that monsters don't convince their friends they're great. But in the in investigations, it's the right thing to do. See? Wait. Wait a minute. Whoa. Now listen, right? I imagine what we're talking about here. Hang on a minute. So there was a photograph of this woman that was taken years ago, I imagine by paparazzi as she was getting out of a taxi, right? So then he decides to post it on his Twitter, reposting the image. That is mad. It's such a it's like. So what about the original poster? What about the people that took that photograph? Are they going to jail? Are they going on a list? Because I'm not being funny, right? I imagine what was going through freaking, oh, it's a Harry Potter, Ron Weasley hybrid, this guy. Like, if you wanted to just be an absolute horrible person and you knew that there was this photo floating about that had been put out in the papers or whatever, and you were reposting it just to be an absolute freaking C word, right? You should definitely get some sort of punishment for that. But prison and to go on the register. Yep, that is exactly it. Oh man, right. Where's Uber? There's Uber. How are you doing today, Uber, my G? How are you?
Hello, bro. How are you, bro?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
So, listen, where are you at with Russell Brand?
Well, you know my thoughts on him. He's not convincing me, I'm afraid.
Okay,
He
okay.
swings for fence. I'm afraid he misses and falls flat on his face. In my opinion, my humble opinion, I'm afraid he just hasn't convinced me at all yet.
Yep, that's fine. You've kind of said the same thing the whole way along on this. I'm sort of jumping all over the place because there's questions that I've been asking that we're now just getting possible answers to, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're saying.
I'm telling you now, if I can go and watch a documentary after this that is basically everything the courts are going to have against him, I'm going to have some questions to ask. Because I'm telling you now, Uber, I can remember in that documentary one of the women actually going to get an R test the next day from authorities. So that would have been reported then. Who is the other person coming and talking to you? This is Uber Fuber, one of our community members, who is always good for a good 10, 15 minutes of easy content. Because
family friendly.
So yeah, for me, it's going to change a lot of where my mindset's going. If it turns out this is the police have went, see this documentary about Russell Brand? Maybe we should look into this, mate. Does that not sound a bit mad?
That rarely happens. I mean, I think the fact that they charged him tells me the police obviously think he's guilty. The CPS obviously think he's guilty, or they think that there's at least a good chance of them winning. So they think he's got a case to answer. They don't charge you on a whim.
No, that's correct.
Because they don't like you.
That's correct.
I mean, we know this, don't we? So
No,
Yeah, they've got something on him to charge him.
100%, 100%. Now, the culture that Russell Brand spoke of, right? This sort of perverty, masculine culture that was like around back then. All right. Do you think all of these crimes could have been reported back then, but because of the culture, the channels, the TV producers were all pushing back and trying to get their bag from Russell? Because if that's the case, then surely this is a bigger problem than just Russell Brand.
Well, and you're right on both counts, I think, mate. I mean, yes, it's a bigger problem than Russell Brand. This is institutional. This runs deep in especially within our entertainment industry. And right now, for the people that are working with him, it's damage limitation. I mean, he's been charged. People are all over this. The behaviour panels covered it. Deception detectives covered this. People are all over this. There's a lot of public interest. And now all these big companies that are working with him, you know, on his streaming channels now, they want to keep him at arm's length because he's a liability now. He's a ticking time bomb for them. When you look into the psychology of it all, they're going to think, well, you know, people aren't going to like him very much. We're going to start losing viewers.
We're living in scary times right now. I'm not going to lie. The UK, there's some scary stuff going on. And I just want to tell everyone, the Online Safety Act, right, could be the end of us all.
It's certainly going to have an impact, I think, isn't it?
Wow.
If you think about it, it's got to.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some stuff later. Sean's going to be joining us in about half an hour as well, everybody. Also, no. Oh, hang on a minute, Jack. No, Jack, don't panic. Jake, sorry, Jake. Don't worry. There's a whole new series starting on Monday. There's just been massive tech issues my end. It's just been one thing after another, mate. But no, don't worry at all. Don't worry at all. No one needs to worry.
Phoenix comes up with a good one, Ron. She says, Uber evidence can be fabricated when needed.
Right.
And I don't think it would be hard to do that with Russell's history. She's got a good point there, but you're talking, this isn't like, there isn't any scientific forensic evidence other than people's stories.
Listen,
and they'll have statement analysts going over this. He hasn't told me he's innocent yet. So
yeah, I'm with you, right? But we all need to keep in the back of our mind the realities that John Wedgers has told us about. Just when it comes to the PDF file judges, the PDF file policemen, and how I mean, it's scary. It's scary. Right?
It's frightening. Very frightening.
So it's not out of the fact, because all a piece of evidence is a piece of paper in a file. That's it. A report, sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
And I honestly,
from that perspective,
I mean, if we were to get a policeman on, and we were to say, right, take us through the whole process of, if you were like, oh, I'm going to go and check if anybody reported crimes against Russell Brand 20 years ago, okay, what it would take to convince him of a report being filed. Like, how little work would need to be done to convince someone of that. Also, we've got Anna Abs, who is in the waiting room. If you are watching, Anna, if you can turn your microphone on, I'll pull you into the live room. And if you can turn off any TVs or anything you've got on, that would be great. And we'll get you in just a minute.
It's like radio phoning, isn't it? It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's good fun. It's good. I can't believe how well my laptop's doing, by the way. Like,
I can.
It's freaking badass, man. It's not even hot. It's got this super fan option that I can turn on, and it is badass.
Nice.
It is badass. Nice. So again, let me first of all grab the link for Discord. So yeah, if any of you guys want to come and join us, join the Discord.
Like and subscribe as well.
Like and subscribe. Yes, got to subscribe. Now, let's turn the streamer mode back on so we don't get all the noises. For me, like I say, right, I need to go and watch this documentary again. I need to go and see if all of this is just simply stemming from the cases that are in this. There was a case that talked about oral R, like we all know. And of course, there was reports in the paper from a while ago about a 16-year-old who reported such an event. I think it's also wise for us to have a look at allegations and allegation timelines over the last 20 years that are public against Russell Brand, right?
Yeah.
But I also think it's important that we try and get more character witnesses directly from people who've worked and been around him, because
100%.
And that doesn't mean that he doesn't live a double life and that monsters don't convince their friends they're great. But in the in investigations, it's the right thing to do. What's the documentary called? Hang on.
So people are asking me about the behaviour panel. I watched the behaviour panel analysis on Russell Brand.
Yeah, give us your breakdown, my G.
Well, I think they went easy on him personally. I'm with DD on this. He hasn't told us that he's innocent, and it's just whenever there's a long prologue like that, like he does on that's a big indicator of somebody's pushing a narrative. Now,
okay, wait. So, but is that not standard anyway?
No.
I mean, for Russell. Like he talks like that, he goes on like that.
For him, yeah. But
so then can we use that as a data point to analyze? Because that would have to be a shift in behavior to be a logical data point, right?
Right.
Because if that's just because I'll be honest with you, the guy can talk for an hour and say nothing.
He can, yeah. And that, I think that's what he's counting on. He thinks he can talk his way out of it, and he can't.
Yeah. Plus, he's got one of those like symmetrical faces. Do you know what
I mean? He's just very, very eloquent and has a very good vocabulary. So he probably thinks he's going to discombobulate the judge or something with his.
I have to be honest,
and it's not going to work.
I think I'm one of the only people in the world that really, really enjoyed the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And
it was funny, yeah.
Honest to God,
I don't want him to be guilty. Do you know what I mean? Because when you like somebody, when you actually like a celebrity, you don't want them to be guilty of something like this.
Yeah,
see, so and I want to believe him, but he hasn't told me in his own words that he.
Oh, Anna has got her mic open. Uber, I'm going to drag her in. If you can just mute your mic for me, Uber, for a minute. And
yeah, man, no problem.
Anna, welcome to the Sean Atwood channel. You're live. How are you?
How are you?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
We can hear you, yes. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. I'm actually Noodles in the chat, but Anna on here.
That's all right.
So people will tell you.
Well, listen, welcome to the show. What's your take on the Russell Brand situation thus far?
Okay, so coming in as, not even going to say conspiracy. By the way, the term conspiracy was made up by the CIA just to, distract people. It's just telling the truth. But if someone's being taken down in the main, if you start your sentence with, I read in the news, then you're already barking up the wrong tree, because the mainstream news is there purely to tell you what to think and what your opinion is and what to do. So they're never, the mainstream media haven't told the truth since the 40s. So you just can't trust anything that they say whatsoever. You have to literally do what all of you do, which is your independent research. But usually if they're saying one thing about someone, you can usually go with the opposite.
Okay, no, I'm with you. So do we then feel like culture can also be, like our current culture is almost, we're lazy by default, most humans anyway. And if we've got a whole generation turning away from mainstream, we're falling into the realm of almost a supercharged version of the court of public opinion across the internet, because everyone's scrambling for answers, if you see what I mean. Do you not think at this point, even the search for the truth has been weaponized by mainstream media?
Oh my goodness. They literally rely on us being lazy. Okay? they know that whatever they put out there, we're going to be lazy. We've read it. We don't need to go and research it. Someone's done it for us. So
100%.
it's so heavily in alternative media now that so many what do they call them? Controlled opposition. They put so many people in alternative media now, basically working for the same people as the mainstream media, and it's just infuriating because now you don't know who to listen to, because you used to have, oh, we can come over here. Now we can't go to either alternative media or mainstream because they're both infiltrated.
Do you think the simple addition of things like side chats and having that ability to voice opinion has given the viewer almost a tiny voice live as things are being reported on? Because people often criticize, you can't leave comments under the news at 10, because it's happening on the television and all the rest of it. And do you think community and that sense of visually seeing that you're not alone is really the greatest strength that we've got in this, is coming together?
100%. I think letting people speak in a live and make comments. Usually when you watch a video, people go to the comments and they'll search through the comments because someone there will be saying, well, I know this person and this is what really happened. So having a live where people are commenting live, it lets you listen to the real people who are telling you who are there or know the people or who live there. I think it's the only way to go now because you just can't trust anything anymore.
Yeah.
So you have to listen to the people that you talk, and then.
So let me throw this. Let me throw this. This is. I want to get your take on this. So, with that in mind, we are now seeing the first generation of VTuber and AI creators. And when I say AI creators, I mean there is algorithms now, Noodles, where you can go on Twitch and a multi-billion-dollar company has created an AI personality that is reviewing games, it's talking about movies, it's interacting with its chat, it's reacting, it's talking like a person. And younger viewers sort of don't understand the larger implications of phasing out humans like they have with checkouts, and massive corporations coming in with algorithmically generated, based off of viewer interest, AI powered personalities to phase out even us.
Well, you do know that first of all, AI is ripping creativity away from people. It's again with the laziness. Who's going to create the words, make scripts? Who's going to make videos? Everything's being done for you. But yeah, there are people, especially the younger people, who are having full-blown relationships with an AI voice on their phone.
See,
have you heard about them?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Oh yeah, I have. Yes. But here's the thing. I think you're half right. I think when it comes to the professional world, right, the mainstream film industry, all of this, once it gets to the point where people's wages pay their mortgages, AI is making people have a cost-cutting option, which I don't agree with in the professional world, right? But for the amateur world, or the low budget, or the B movie, or the collective project, or someone like me who is I've got, what the hell are we on now, 25 years in Adobe. I've been educated in it all, and if you don't adapt, you're going to get phased out. So you have to learn to live with the AI and integrate it, because you can't fight it. But there's a big difference between the market that want budget and AI and the market that want custom and professionalism and all of that. So for me, I freaking love AI, but I can understand why some people are not a fan, and I get it. I really do. But ironic.
I totally agree.
Ironically, I just bought my first proper big boy piece of artwork for my wall, right? I took a beautiful print of Sky Spirit's angel artwork, and you just can't. You you could spend a lifetime trying to generate something in AI, but it's not about that. It's a different. Anyway, let's not waffle on about AI. So anyway, Russell Brand. Okay, what do you think if it turns out we've got 4 genuine cases that were all reported and no one really cared until that documentary came out? What does that tell us? Is that lazy police work? Is that crimes lost to a period where people shined a blind eye? Were they buried? What do you think? What do you think the reason would be if everything was reported as it should have been?
I